I want to welcome especially the people who have soldiered hard for the Labour Party in Laois Offaly in lean times and in times of plenty. They are here tonight from Mount Rath, from Rathdowney, from Stradbally, from Loughlin, from Port Arlington, from Mount Mellick, from Port Laois. It is great that you are here. We must remember that these men and women who are here tonight delivered a seat here, a Labour seat here in Laois, down through the years at the time of Bill Davin, in the time of Harborne, both Laois men. Of course, all of us have relatively recent memories of Pat Gallagher's victory in 1992 and the very narrow defeat in 1997. It is our intention in this year of 2007 to reverse that defeat and deliver again a Laois Offaly seat for Labour. I would like to take this opportunity to wish Pat Gallagher, who held the seat before this, just most recently, wish him well in his new post as county manager in Offaly, and I look forward to writing him loads of letters of representation. Everything from potholes to art centres to swimming pools. So he have a big box open for me there beside him. Could I give a special mention to two members of my own branch in Mount Mellick who have soldiered long and hard for the Labour Party in the town, and I want to give a special welcome to Don O'Brien and to Gussie McGlynn. Where's Gussie? You're very welcome. I want particularly to send my best wishes to Councillor Larry Kavanagh, who is a councillor here for Labour in Laois, who has been ill for the past while. Larry has carried the Labour flag high in Laois for a long time, and we hope that as he recovers from his illness, he will have a lot to celebrate with us in May. And I would like to welcome his son Lawrence here tonight and say, Lawrence, thank you for coming, and please take our best wishes to Larry. I want to give a special welcome to those who have travelled here tonight and travelled long distances, people from all over the constituency and from and beyond, from the branches in Offaly and beyond. I want to thank especially the members of my own family and friends who are here from Limerick, from Sligo, from Wicklow, and members of Louise's family who have travelled from Longford and Cavan. Thanks a million for getting the visas and having them stamped to save your time. And you have to leave the constituency by midnight. They expire. I want to give a warm word of welcome to my neighbours from Rosenellis, from the townlands around myself, Ballyhuckahon, from Skerry, from Capard, and from my neighbours in the Mount Mellick Ballyfin area. It's fantastic that you're here, and I really, really appreciate it. I have been going around canvassing among my neighbours over the past few weeks, and I'm sorry, as my Director of Elections, I'm breaking all the rules. I'm spending more than 5 minutes. In some cases I've spent 5 hours in a house. I'm drinking tea, I'm eating buns, and I'm asking them whether they're Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, Labour, etc. So long as the tea is good and they've eaten a few buns. But as I leave, I do ask for the old number 1. But I know that some of you are loyal followers and members of other political parties, and that you're here at great personal risk to yourself and to your hitherto unblemished political records. I know that many of you will get an unmerciful amount of slagging from colleagues and from neighbours for turning. I suggested the photographers get pictures of all of them. Balaclavas, and we were going to have face painting at the door, but they turned it down. Fair dues to them. But anyway, thanks for turning, even for the few hours. I want to express my deep gratitude to my campaign team. I'm getting all of the thank yous over first, so that when I come in to land at the end, you'll know I've landed. You'll see that the wheels are down and I glide gently into the landing strip. But to thank my campaign team, they're a good and powerful blend of the politically blooded and new kids on the block. I want to thank Wayne Dunn and Patrice Dalton of the Mount Mellick branch who run the team. Wayne and Patrice are more responsible than they'll ever know for me standing here tonight and for me standing for the election. I'd like to thank Stephen O'Leary, who is just moving into Stephen O'Leary, new member, and is starting a new vibrant branch in Portarlington. And Stephen comes with great credentials, leading the Port Railway Users Action Group. And Tony Gillings, who is just moving into the Lough area after a lifetime of experience in British politics. And then we have Mark Kavanagh here from Portlaoise, Joe Murphy and Elaine McGoldrick from Portlaoise, the Portlaoise branch, and who with Tom have leafleted half Laois and have wandered, I think, maybe even into North Tipperary occasionally. But we'll get the bills from the County Council for the litter, I'm sure. And I'd like to thank Ray Fitzpatrick, who has been a stalwart of the party both in Dublin and in Rathdowney. He's given a lifetime of service and indeed was very active in securing the council seat. We won the last election with Larry Kavanagh. I want to thank also my campaign team members who are not in the Labour Party but are part of what we're beginning to call the O'Brien Coalition. They are Gary Faulkner, who works tirelessly between putting up posters and delivering leaflets, and Gerald, my dear friend from Mountmellick, who is a Trojan worker. Above all, I want to thank my Director of Elections, Tom Phelan, who is a rock-solid Labour man. Tom has believed in this campaign ever before it started. And if there's anyone singly responsible for ensuring that we have a candidate in Laois, it's Tom Phelan. He continues to do the important things extraordinarily well. Every day he is out leafleting, talking, meeting people. Most certainly, when this is over, I'll owe him at least 6 months of his life back. Now, what do I want to say about my wife, Louise? She hasn't already said herself. Do you remember when Dan Quayle was the Vice President to Old Bush, as we'll call him? There was a rumour that the CIA had plans to shoot Dan Quayle if anything ever happened to Old Bush, in case it take over. And they said the same thing about Bill and Hillary, that they had plans to shoot Bill if anything happened to Hillary, because he was the power behind the throne. So I'd imagine that possibly the Labour Party in Laois might end up having plans to derail me some way or another if anything should happen to Louise. I can honestly say, from my few months of a quasi-political life, I can say that the heroes and the heroines of the political system have to be the families of politicians. They have just simply got to do without the presence of a family member in the house. If I didn't have the support of Louise and the understanding of the children, this would be absolutely impossible. Louise, the only way I can repay you is by winning the seat. Because she sends me out every, get out there and win that seat and I'll come back without it. You could be out canvassing now, would you get up off that couch? I lie not.